maps at most, maybe 3 in it after rejiggling even more of their maps. Now we get them for the full 7, and Overpass for the best of 1 versus Mouse. Excited to see what Mouse have been up to. Of course, there is no team that's played more Counter-Strike in such a short space of time as mousesports. Is another map. What's one more best of 1?
I think my mum would say you're either go square if you sit that close to the screen, Robs. But Dexter takes down Boomich, and oh dear, this one is looking very fast towards the bathrooms. Robs is playing a bit lurky boy, a little bit later to come in clutch, and the rest of them steaming towards this site. Yeah, it looks good on the smoke. Simple will be ahead of it. Flash forces him into Optimus. Space taken. They're swinging in. Bemis, a very nice adjustment, and 2 more heads roll. Big names falling. Yeah, they got the sight. Perfecto's nade's not going to get him much further. Dexter just has enough HP to weather that, and well, with the bomb down ticking, Kit loose on bankside. It's just going to be a question of trying to take a couple of those pistols away, find your way back into the site. Bit's going to give it a good go. Bemis, no immediate demand to find that frag. He's happily letting the clock slip further and further in his favor. There's the head. 4 dead, Perfecto. Yeah, I think you shouldn't be too long for this well. Just looking for a kill or 2, trying to take away some armor. Doesn't get that. Bemis will get his 3rd. And look, there's so much to talk about with this mousesports roster, but the curveball that Yanko was talking about, we should dive into first and foremost, because Na'Vi, they're not coming into this matchup preparing for Overpass, and even if they wanted to, there's nothing to look at to prepare for. So coming in here, it is a matter of Na'Vi having to identify the way that mousesports are approaching this game on the fly. Okay, this guy's lurking here. This is what their default setup looks like. Right. And they're things they're all going to have to be working out as this game is live. So Blade's going to have a lot to do as the coach here. And also just getting to see how Dexter's calling is going to be faring in European Overpass. You know, this T side of Overpass, we've seen how the Russians have been doing it. CIS have really reintegrated a very strategical Overpass T side. Lots of fakes, smart util usage, very patient. See how this compares. There he goes. Boomich does very well to provide 1 early with that CZ, keeping it competitive on this armored pistol force. That's one thing we're going to have to talk about here as well. What is Na'Vi's CT setup going to look like now with Bit here permanently, or at least for DreamHack? Yeah, well, Flamey used to be the barrels player, right? Yeah, but not only that, so much has changed recently. Like Electronic and Simple with the A defenders, and then they put Electronic in the swing position. They put Boomich over towards A. He was going hyper-aggressive. Lots has changed around with how Na'Vi approached this map on the CT side. But Dexter ahead of the smoke should find another here. Oh, great shooting. Electronic's finding more heads. He's actually got 2 from the barrels position. Acor needed nice shot. That, and it's enabled an AK to fall once again into his hands. Another headshot on the cards. It's Bit. Smoke deployed to completely disable Simple's heaven position. I say disable, he's actually still finding fights, and both of them are getting chipped away at here. They're on notice. Low. A single bullet from either of them. Bit and Simple almost have an advantage here. In fact, I'd argue they do, especially now considering the smokes are fading. Simple's rotated in for Acor's crouch peek, and an uncharacteristic miss. He makes up for it. Beamer's yet to go down. And a very hard round when Electronic and Simple are on form. AK's recovered and juggled. That's perfect. Yeah, cannot be getting away with a better round than that one right there. Some huge shots from Electronic to slow them down on that push in towards the B bomb site, and then Simple finishing things off nicely. Yeah, second one there. Chance to recover from Simple as well. And it will be the force buy back from Mouse. Now, some names that we're going to be looking towards here. I think Frozen and Rops, we all know what they can deliver, right? In terms of, I think Frozen has had some moments. I don't think it's been heavily consistent. Rops, we know that he's an absolute superstar. Looking at Acor, I think we need to start expecting more out of him as a star AWPer. And Bemas is still very, very young. But not completely. That's what Rops was waiting for, but the sound cue from Boomich, deliberate perhaps, enables an easy collection of a first blood. Now the door's gone and Bemis's freedoms are lost. Electronic's playing with in-ears. Check that out next time you're back on the cam with him. Yeah, he's just playing with in-ears. That's very Chinese Counter-Strike-esque. Okay, curious one right there. Okay, I've only just seen that. I hadn't noted that if you go on the far drop side of the sandbags, they can't see you when you jump up initially. Just a little details, Alex. Well, you know, explains why I've been sucking from the boost position. They keep shooting me before I stood up. It's really annoying. It's like they know I'm coming or something. I don't know. All right, well, mousesports are coming towards A, and there's 50 seconds left on the clock, just standing in the smoke. Frozen, met by Acor flashes. Well, ooh, not good, but the kill is. Yeah, you need a lot more, though. Electronic and Simple are on the site. And they've got your AKs, and they plan to use them as best they can. A FAMAS only
for Electronic to ply his trade. The spray from Simple softens them up, and he wants more. Pushing in, keeping them at arm's length, great shooting. And with their powers combined, again, this partnership finds a round.
Yeah, keeping it nice and easy there. I'm reflecting back to when we first saw Bit. I think we were doing, it was like last year, there was some issue with Electronic. He dropped out for a round. Bit came in, and it was on Overpass. And I think we saw him playing that A bomb site with the likes of Simple back then. But this is going way back.
Yeah, it looks like Spirit G2 is actually going all the way to overtime. That's happening on the B stream right now as we get things underway with our first day of DreamHack Masters. Does that mean Dexter hits him with a 1v Thrizzle? God damn. Okay, check that out. That's twitch.tv/ESL CSGO B if you want to see how the MR3 OT goes down. We are back into the action here for Na'Vi Mouse.
Perfectly timed as well. Just got a little bit of a eco round here from mousesports. Force didn't pay off. Now they'll just be steaming on in with these pistols. A P250 for the likes of Rops, the bomb on the back of Dexter. And, well, he's actually gone walkabout all the way over towards A. The rest of the teammates clearing through connector. And if they get a plant or even just a kill out of a round like this, I'll be impressed. Not easy to do so.
Wow.
These Glocks.
Bit is going for hoodie gaming. I don't know about you, but sleeves on the mouse pad, that's brave.
Yeah, you never love it. That's when I see the sleeves.
The long sleeve gaming, yeah.
I think Monte Cristo at one point wanted us to play in like these biker-esque jackets. The Renegades like ones, did you? Well, they were. It wasn't leather, but it was quite heavy material, and we're like, mate, we cannot play a game. You know how much we move our bloody wrists around?
I think the only time the arm resistance things have been explained to me and it made sense was when it was just if you had like a sweaty forearm and you're a forearm aimer.
Yep.
You know, like you want to keep it consistent, so you just have the same resistance every time when you aim with your full arm.
I just make sure my hairs are disappearing on the bottom side of my wrist there.
I think it's probably a 50-50 split, just at a eye test between like claw wrist aimers and low sense forearm aimers.
Now we put that in a lot of people's heads who have never even thought about the way that they hold their mouse, and they're going to be having like a mental meltdown right now.
Well, I saw the great thread, which is a revelation I think many FPS gamers go through, where they were talking about don't look at your crosshair, look at the person you're shooting. And I think there's a balance of two, but it's like, controlling where your focus is and how when you're trying to pick up Counter-Strike, it's easy to get obsessed over the placement of your crosshair because you know how good it looks when the players are doing that.
Lots to learn. Lots to sink our teeth into with this one here as well, because mousesports, as far as Overpass goes, if you missed the memo, if you've just joined us, this is the first time they've played this with Dexter in the roster. Their permaban coming out to play here to try and unravel Na'Vi, and as the default is already a minute deep, you can see they haven't really worked on a lot of territory. Simple is still very forward here, Alex. This is a big problem. Yeah,
and with Bit in toilets as well, they'd really have no territory. Simple's controlling this. It's going to be about timing, though. They are hunting him, and that's a chance. Frozen seizes it. Takes down Simple. Colossal scalp to take early. I say early, perhaps exaggerating a little. At 40 seconds, they are going to have to start making and manufacturing a commitment. Look at the bomb. It's so far back.
They're grabbing it now, but this is going to come down to timing here. And Perfecto still has a smoke and a molly to help delay things. That's going to be limped on out towards B. They've heavy rotated towards this A site. mousesports are in so much trouble with this hit.
Yeah.
25 seconds.
It is so telegraphed at this point. Beamer's so loud about it, and he's on his way. Oh, back to turned. Good find. Frozen's done a lot for mousesports here. Bomb spotted. Coming in from long. Beamers, can you give us more? He can, and that's a round winner. Bomb goes down unless. Okay, Perfecto was slowed. I don't know if that pistol tag was actually enough to save the day there. It was just enough to take the acceleration out of that potential denial.
Yeah, I didn't even click right with the MP9 late. Of course, he's going to go for a little bit of a cheeky play like that, and maybe he would have to get in, get that kill, and get away.
Die.
Yeah, so, look, it would have been a round and a half there from Perfecto, but Frozen, masterful with these entries. It looked like it was all sorts, but BMAS got that flash in time. Frozen able to step on out, get a second kill onto the bomb site. Huge stuff. So mousesports, they're going to respond and get their second round here. And Na'Vi have to, well, not really talk this through. It is going to be a technical timeout being called. I don't know if Frozen's trolling us, but he did say doorbell. So maybe he's just put his food order in. He's done what we do. We start the game, we put the food order in, and then everyone needs to go AFK and use all the pauses.
Yeah, well, or if we time it right, it has to be a 16-0. Otherwise we have to call a timeout.
All right, well, hopefully we can get this one back underway ASAP, but Na'Vi have called one of their own, so we'll make it quick.
Let's use this, Chad, as a platform for you to pitch to all of our viewers why they should play Ancient.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, One of the key reasons that you should be playing Ancient right now in your matchmaking experience is because we all know that the problems in matchmaking cannot be solved at this current juncture. We're going in. Guys are really good. I don't know how they do it. I've seen their sensitivity, Alex, but they are spinning 1,000,000 miles a minute and
enemy
still headshotting.
Enemy orange.
It feels like, and I'm not accusing them of anything, that they can see me through the walls in certain situations.
Good they are.
Yeah, but in Ancient, they're not queuing up for Ancient, those kind of guys. They're there for the serious Counter-Strike. So if you head over to Ancient and you queue up on most nights of the week, you will find
a new brand of Counter-Strike.
We're ready to take you on.
Yeah,
it's a good map.
Some smokes, play around, get grips with the map. We're into a important one. mousesports and RV, locking horns. Simple, trying to create a gap, and he has got something to work with off the back of that. Not enough, he's not satisfied. Will fall back to a safer line. Bit, though, in transition, saved by Simple, and Bit somehow has actually completely evaded the assault of Mouse. Now smokes are blooming. They are all awkwardly placed. There's gaps around, and you can see Acor's trying to find a little elevated spot. Very loud about this. This will be information for Bit. He'll have heard this AWPer posted up. May want to try and punish. Oh, but Simple's boosted on the boxes for the punish
he's just tucked in.
And that'll do. Oh. 2 from Bit and Simple again on the toilet's defense early.
Bombs dropped there at the lip of the bathrooms as well, so this is super awkward for Bimus and Rops.
Yeah. When you're underhanding a smoke just to get out of that connector, you are not having fun. Simple setup for success again. A tight line. Reaction speed test. Flash. So a smoke and a flash just to start this 2v5 bomb retrieval mission, and it's not even safe yet.
Yeah, even if they pick it up, they have to get on back down connector or push through this onslaught on the A bomb side. And
God, no, thank you.
Yeah, neither are good options, especially now we're looking at, what, 27 seconds left on the clock. Do they just want to save these AKs? It is looking likely that this will be a save now with 20 seconds left, no territory taken, bomb just picked up. Yeah, maybe even trying to get Acor's AWP, but BMS, if you swing out wide, you are going to go down, my friend. They do not want you to pick this big green up. Oh. That's a start. Save is underway. An AWP shot from Simple indicates he might be able to recover it after all. Oh,
and he'll
did
take
get it. Okay.
There you go. Not too shabby at all.
Good round from BMS there, all things considered. So yeah, that one slowed out as soon as those opening kills came in, and you're right. Bit just sitting there, listening to all the scoping. He's telling Simple, yeah, he scoped in on the side. He's still scoped in on the side, because I swear Acor scoped like 6 or 7 times there. Very, very audible stuff.
And Simple trusting his teammate's call to when he peeks into nothing, he sticks around long enough to catch Acor transition.
Good stuff, good teamwork right there as the smoke's going to come out back towards Monster quite quickly here. Bit and Simple over towards A again. Boomich, Perfecto and Electronic of the trio over towards B, and we haven't really had to say the names of Boomich and...
Love me a bit of fountain aggression. Unfortunately for Bit, that's a cancel. Surely a cancel. Throws the nade, finds nothing, gets spotted early. I think, yeah, fully pulls the parachute out and heads back to toilets for some safety. Good nade onto Electronic's head. He won't be getting any info on that jump just yet, but look at Boomich. Perfect setup for the short AWP.
Boomich secondary AWPing, Alex. It's normally flamey. Let's see how this develops.
Oh, and he's hitting his shots as well. Beamer's leg. They might even try and wallbang him. He knows he's vulnerable. Oh my goodness gracious, he does get across. By the skin of his teeth, it's a 4v5 still though, and mousesports have been having issues once they've conceded early advantages.
Look, if they can snake their way up through mid and banana here, or the bathrooms as it were, and make it up nice and close, they can pounce onto the site. They will have to isolate Simple over towards long. Bit is just jump peeking right now. Simple is committed with 50 seconds left, and oh no, they're rounding the corner straight into the big green. Surely he gets one.
I think he's got more than one in him, especially now that Frozen's actually completely isolated.
Oh, kill, drop straight back. Fundamentals here, not going to risk anything, even has a smoke to help get back across towards the site safely. Not giving away anything is Simple.
And they've only got 20 seconds now, Chad. This really does get uncomfortable. mousesports just being picked apart here so far by the Na'Vi setup, and Simple, he might have another one here if he's not careful. There's so many options. 3 CTs are ready for you. It's Bit pre-firing into 1, maybe even 2. It's Acor with 5 seconds left. They're going to hunt him down. Hitting his first couple. Oh, great shot onto Perfecto. One more after time he goes down. Okay, looking like he could have had even more impact into the CTs there, but now he's got $300 into round 8.
It's an impressive string of kills, right? But then when you remember the AWP kill bonus, you're like, okay, well, $300, I guess we can try and make this one work. It's not ideal. And a nice couple of shots, really, all things considered. Under the pump, getting pushed. At third, we know Acor's got some fancy movement. Simple, too good, and now the scoreline blowing out to 5-2. The pistol's out for mousesports here. Acor just will be holding on to the Glock, cannot spend a penny. And we are looking at what's going to be the 2,900 loss bonus going into the next round. So, ooh, an AWP on the docket, not likely. Rops will be able to drop it, but there might be a few omissions around side of that. So we'll have to wait and see how this one shapes on up. But if I'm mousesports and I've been trying these limped-in A kind of plays in the gun rounds and just been getting picked off and soaking up a lot of time without too much really to speak about, right? They're not getting a lot of opening picks. They're not getting a lot of opening space. We might see them transition over towards this B bomb site. And there's a good reason to suggest that. Boomich has been over there aggressive short with that AWP. He misses a shot. You catch him off guard with a flash, or you just trade off of him. There we go. Now we're talking with some room. Boomich, as I mentioned, not traditionally an AWPer.
But I will say that just from the name value and what they've been providing so far, this new setup for their CT side where Electronic partners with Boomich and Perfecto early, like he's there for your jump peaks, he's there to be boosted, he's there to contest and stick around should there be early pressure. But having him being a rotator, like the first responder to Bit and Simple's A setup, like
very strong.
It is very strong, and you can see that it really has humbled mousesports. They're going to be peeking off of this flash, or at least repositioning, just looking for any sort of signs of life.
30 seconds again, so mousesports just with these slower plays, hoping that Na'Vi stumble into a trap. But I'd say now that Flamey isn't in the starting 5, they're probably coming into this with a new sense.
Wow, that's lovely play. Electronics in the right place every single time. He's got Simple in tow, just to make sure no one can go toe-to-toe. 6-2. Solid start. Na'Vi's overpass is looking real nice.
I would like some comparisons going on at home, ladies and gentlemen, in the Twitter sphere, maybe on the Reddits, or even in the forums, wherever you're finding yourself these days. But if you take a look, Rops and Bit, is there anybody who sits closer to the screen? I know Zentaras loves a close boy.
I did see Bit's camera angle especially.
Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to get a tan, like from the tanning salon that is his new monitor.
He's very close. The thing is, I've tried to start doing this. Oh, okay, here we go. This is the B stream.
Going.
Yeah, so we're in overtime here. One more for Jeter to pick this one up. Spirit would need to bounce back with this round and the next to take it to double OT. But remember, this is the opening round. Winner of this will play Gambit. Loser plays Fiend in the lower bracket. So keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big death sentence to whoever does go down to the lower bracket. Not maybe initially versus Fiend. Of course, they're going to have everything to play for as well as their opponent. But also, there's going to be a long run. If you want to make it to playoffs, conceding that opening, establishing best of one, very costly. And Spirit and G2 are both teams that people would have at the tip of their tongue for playoff runs. Let's get this one going. Rops is throwing a little bit of extra pace towards his B presence.
Yeah, Na'Vi have actually leaned 4 players over here. You can see that Simple's up in heaven just in case it was one of those B hits I was talking about. And he's even looking for the quad boost. So nobody home right now, as it will just be this slow crawl again from Mouse. Now, this time round they've been given a lot of space to work with. Simple's not aggressive with the AWP. He doesn't have eyes on long. But unfortunately, mousesports don't have the X-ray. They're going to do this the hard way. Molly towards the tree, flash on out, Frozen taking space. And we've seen him have some success up this avenue before. Simple rotating back on over now. And
ooh, Electronics going hunting, and this is the timing that previously Rob's lost out to. This time he's there perfectly. A headshot found, and on the retreat, Boomich puts him down. The B-Lurk is lost, and that's going to be a component of this mousesports machine that could lead to some stacks.
Well, Frozen stacks himself across long now. Bit and Simple still both here. I thought Bit might rotate over towards that B bomb site after the death, but not to be the case. Flash out. No peek. Okay, passive stuff. And here comes Frozen again.
He did so well last time. Rotates coming in. Na'Vi are feeling the pressure. This is the push. That's the frag. One down. Simple responds. Looking to find another nice headshot from Beamus. He's actually doubled up. And that could be the round winner right there. Bomb to be planted. Boomich alone in the clutch. Won't necessarily go for the wall bang. He'd rather stay undetected for a moment longer. Trajectory. Can't find him. And Beamus again with the frag. 3 in total. And nicely distanced from his monitor as well.
Yeah, it is. This is great stuff from Bemis, right? Because when we saw him get that chance in phase, right, there was obviously a temporary thing. He wasn't put into roles where he was necessarily comfortable. And to be fair, the guy hasn't had a whole lot of Tier 1 experience whatsoever. None, some might say. So mousesports is...
God, he's doing it again.
Oh, I just missed that. I wasn't even looking at the bloody screen. G2
well,
esports,
like
all right.
G2 will be facing Gambit. We will see Fiend versus Team Spirit in their best of 3. That could be a good best of 3 to check out as well. I'll be interested to see if Team Spirit are kept honest by Fiend. Didn't seem to make too much of an impact in their best of 1 against Gambit.
Part of this scramble here, where you just saw on your screen with the highlight of the Bemis double kill, is because I think that Na'Vi made the read just as the attack was coming in, because the little blue dots on the radar were starting to make their way back up the stairs. So Perfecto and Boomich want to try to get to the site to stop exactly what happened, but they got there as it was happening. So they were also caught by the smokes, flashes, Molotovs. Boomich segregated, Perfecto pushed forward, double kill happens, and now Na'Vi, they just took a timeout to talk through this buy. Simple will be back onto the AWP. Electronics got himself an AUG. There are no kits for a round like this, so problems if the bomb goes down again.
See what kind of calls Dexter's cooked up then in the lab.
It's very patient, isn't it? Another smoke towards Monster here, and Dexter just making sure there's no cheeky business in the smoke. We've seen teams starting to do a 2-man creep. When they creep into the Monster tunnel, sit in the smoke, it fades, and find themselves an opening kill. But in the meantime, over towards A, we've got that default spread. Smoke towards the front of bathrooms, Molotov towards Divider, forces Simple back to a more passive line. But as slow as you like, with 1:05 left on the clock, mousesports are showing they're in absolutely no rush. A-Core trying to clear out towards Tree now, Frozen reinitiating towards that playground position. But they're going to finish B, I think, Alex. And here comes that push I was just talking about.
Okay, so what they've been holding for, it's what they were waiting for. I can't get anything out of it. Oh, Na'Vi. They are dreaming right now. A double kill gifted to them in their first exchange. Provided by Boomich and Perfecto's aggression, just catching Dexter and sitting duck with his nades out.
And that was, you're right, that was the first chance for a fight in the entire round. Otherwise, mousesports have shown no indication of going for a kill elsewhere, and that comes to them, and they looked like they should have been ready for that. But the timing, Dexter caught flash on out, the reposition from Na'Vi now, they're playing more passive. You have to come to us, Na'Vi say.
Very hard to topple. Electronic, prime position. Against an AWP, maybe A-Core's good on the trigger, but no. Great control, flash for Perfecto to start to take more contact, and this is textbook stuff. He doesn't finish it off, and it enables
Oh,
no! No way, no time. Frozen actually hits a bonkers triple. Like absolute out of this world absurdity, but nothing more to report.
I swear Perfecto had burst on there. What happened?
It did look like he had bullets and chose not to use them.
Did he swing and hit his mouth? What the hell just happened there?
Just like his finger slipped off mouse 1, I don't know.
That was odd.
This is where Rops appeared out of nowhere. Oh,
Hello.
Let me see this. 1, 2, then the third.
Oh, he saw him jump over. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The young eyes, Alex.
I thought it was like heaven dropping down, you know? Like it could have been anything.
Pistols now. Oh, and an AWP. Okay. Saved AWP for A-Core. Let's see.
Bang.
Ooh. They're not going to know exactly how much damage they've done, but Simple's on notice now with 50 HP. It's not going to make the fight for A-Core any easier, but he will have to pull all the way back to the bomb site. Lots of room to work with, and Rops is about to be met with what could be a fight again. There's a couple jiggles.
Yeah, he's been not having a particularly fun start. He's been given the unenviable task, and I'll use him as an example as to give more props to Axile, because in the same role, Axile often ends up at the top of the T-side scoreboard for Gambit, even though he's primarily spent most of his time waiting. A-Core,
Big pick.
With the only large weapon on this T-side round. Round 11, T-side AWP and Deagles.
No one's looking.
Yeah, they've got their pants around their ankles, and there goes the AWP. Started strong, looks like it might finish with a bit of a whimper. Very hard shot over the bin. Looks like the AWP has been recovered. Dexter trying to dust it off for some frags. He baits them in nicely. Rops can't find more. Still a competitive round if Dexter can dig himself out of trouble. Boomich unwilling to commit. It's Bemis up close.
This is the fight. If Bemis wins this, there's a chance.
Yeah, but Simple's holding the tightest of lines. And Bemis will be ready for this. Ooh, pulling the pin. Heard the scope. Well aware that Simple's close. And he's 50 HP. A Deagle bullet could finish the job. They're peeking in. A nice work from Bemis. They're turning it around now.
Both from spawn.
And he's managed to recover the weapon, gets info, can hold for Perfecto, a great shot hit, more impact from Bemis. He's at the top of the scoreboard and sailing mousesports straight towards a fourth. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. What is that? All right, simple stuff, but effective stuff. All right, this is probably, you know, Bemis has had a couple of games where I've gone, all right, yeah, that looks like something. This here is obviously with the AWP, but it's more his decision-making in this situation, right? It's not necessarily about the kills themselves. Not overextending, not looking flustered, just taking the kills as they come his way. Difficult to do as such a young player. And a smile on his face.
Especially because we were aware as much as he was that he was the one that had to win that round.
Yeah.
There was no one else. If the bomb goes down from his teammate, it was still going to come down to him. And so managing to convert puts them into a very good stead against these armored Deagles.
Yeah,
this
the
could
implications are huge.
A huge ramification. Now, Boomich has been holding short pipe. He's previously got the better of Rops on his lurk. Let's see if mousesports can jump through this hoop. Should they jump through this hoop, we are on for a very close half.
Yeah, this one here is really on a dime right now. If mousesports with this slow stuff can make sure that they don't, you know, give away an AK that gets saved or don't have too many deaths, keep at least 3 players alive in a situation like this, they have a real opportunity to start building. But as that smoke comes down again, Rops will be held at bay. And Rops is the star of this team, but as the B anchor, which is what he's applying for on the T side right here, he's not been able to get into too many fights. It has been Bemis and Frozen in spots over towards that other bomb side A, where they've been finding success, but now a flash lined up from A-Core. They do want to walk through Monster here, but Boomich is making a lot of sound, and there's another smoke for Bit and Boomich.
It's the first time we've seen Na'Vi with a
Caught by the
misread.
flash.
Perfect entry. And that's the round, just like that, wrapped up, put a bow on it, unless Na'Vi have got something special cooked up for the simple scout. He'll be smoked off, makes it clear where he is. The bomb should be planted momentarily.
This is good stuff. They might just want to hold on to these Deagles and the Scout to have another crack in the next round. So really good stuff from mousesports here after going A time and time again, just transitioning late into this B piece is beautiful.
And the stark contrast as well, just seeing the fact that Na'Vi, for the first time, it looked like they were getting perfect reads every time. The rotate was always there. This is the first time we've seen a little bit of a gap in their armor.
Now this is great, right? Because if Na'Vi hold on to this again, this indicates that they will not be buying in the next. They will just save these weapons. Maybe, right, someone will drop something over for Boomich. It seems unlikely with where the loss bonus is at. They'll have the double dip on these upgraded pistols and the Scout. That means that mousesports could really be looking down the barrel of 6 rounds here, which is a respectable half. We don't have a single benchmark for mousesports on this map. What you are seeing right now is what the world knows about mousesports on Overpass, right? You're learning with us. Rops Backyard B, A-Core as part of the pack, working with the likes of BMAS, Frozen, Dexter there in the swing of things too. We're learning all of this right here, right now. And so are Na'Vi. So how are they going to respond? Because one of the things that you can do against a team who you don't know what they're going to do is take the fight to them. I said the same thing with Gambit on Dust 2 in the best of 1 just before on a round like this. If you're Na'Vi, maybe you want to take a bit more initiative. Go force a fight, take those pistols, group up, get that Scout activated early. See if you can rustle the Jimmies at mousesports.
Ooh, no rustled Jimmies just yet for Simple's party info. They've dispatched Frozen to slowly crawl and spread control. Perfecto, there's gonna be a sound cue heard. That will spread. Forces the smoke out of him.
Info both ways right there.
Interesting, they're reshaping for a late return to the playground. The info push from Boomich. Rops has been given the responsibility of just keeping a lid on that.
Simple's rotated back over towards A as well. Electronics on his way, so they are hedging towards the A bomb site. We'll have 4 players here with just Boomich as that canary in the coal mine. If he goes down, they will know that B is compromised. And there is always a chance for them just to creep on in Monster. So Na'Vi are playing awares of that and hoping it doesn't come their way, but as I say it, oh, they're regrouping for exactly that. Rops now taking control through the sewer pipe. Dexter soon to be joined by A-Core and Frozen.
If they can catch Boomich out twice with a missed stack from Na'Vi, this time much more by virtue of mousesports fake. Cutting noise, and now they've cut the head off of Boomich. That's the start. Yeah, look, Rob straight with the smoke. He knows they can try and jump through. There's a huge moment where there'll be no one to defend, and they're confirming it themselves now. Molly Graffiti deep, it's perfect. 2 back to back.
Yeah, call it 6. I don't think Na'Vi even want to look in for this one. The only thing, if you're a Na'Vi fan right now, is exit kills, right? You want to see if you get an AK, maybe take Akor's AWP away, because the Kevlar and the head armor for Simple, those are things that they're going to want to hold on to on the Na'Vi side, right? You don't want to just throw that away. It's going to mean your investment in the next round. It's going to be looking much prettier, the full utility. You have a chance to close things out 9-6. But yeah, mousesports stabilizing here, and this is good scenes. I am curious to see what Na'Vi's T side looks like, right? There has been some woes with their T halves. I'm curious with the makeup of the team, how it's going to go now.
And if you were absent any Na'Vi hype, by the way, you may have missed Simple's why he doesn't understand burnout speech. But one that was just a stern reminder that he still feels like he's got a lot to achieve, and I'm sure that's reflected in Na'Vi as a business, as an organization's decision-making as well.
Sure, yeah, for sure. You want to make sure you're keeping the best player in the world not happy, but hungry,
yes,
right?
Certainly.
You want to make sure that the guy that we all know and love, the absolute beast, is still chasing that dream, which hopefully we get in Stockholm a little bit later in the year. Not necessarily a Na'Vi win, just the major itself.
There's so many questions that we would have to be laid out to be answered for that event. No doubt about it. All right.
This is a 4-man A-lane, so they've definitely changed things up here. They're looking to fight mousesports, and if mousesports are quick and they go for a pace change, it's been 30-second hits traditionally, but if they go before that, that might be the trigger.
Do they have it in them? Dude, Dexter's actually
through
walking
Monster.
through. As it fades, no one's there on the nutmeg. They are. This is 3 rounds in a row. Na'Vi have been pulled entirely around this map, and again, they're undefended, unprepared, and they may surely have to contest this time.
They're going to have to go for a retake here.
You can't.
With all the nades left over, there is a chance for a very good retake scenario. Everybody coming back through spawn.
Remolly. Bomb down.
Oh, it's spreading, it's spreading, it's going to
go. Okay, Perfecto lives on, but this is so uncomfortable. Do you want to throw your entire buy into this spray? Okay, yes you will. Boomich has provided enough of an opening frag. They're going to go for this. Flashes to delay. It's such a time-sensitive mission. Someone has to be very, very clear about whether or not we're going, or if we're going to fall. Another chance. Frozen found 2, nearly a third. It's hectic as all hell, but Perfecto's the only one left, and it's a 1v1 with no time. They make it incredibly costly, but mousesports have stolen a 7th.
And he gets out of things with the worst gun, the scout on the tail end of that for Perfecto.
He's going to give it a go. Hope the bomb radius has given him something to retrieve.
That is such a horrible feeling. Oh, the loss bonus is built to at least a point where I think Simple was smart with his money management, right? He had that scout the whole time, so he can get an AWP again. Well, not an AWP again, an AWP now to close things out. But yeah, just mousesports not only with that B bomb site as the preference late, but the pace change. And I think the pace change was the difference maker in that scenario, because the push would have come through eventually. Frozen's a man after my own heart with that hair. I bloody love it.
Yeah, you were doing Frozen hair before Frozen was doing Counter-Strike.
Bedhead, he's really nailed it.
He's perfect.
Okay, well, this menagerie of a buy, we got a UMP, 2 Famises, an MP9, the AWP, not a defuse kit, and light on the util here for Na'Vi, but they need one more to make sure that they're winning the half, and it is the CT side.
Okay, so early intent from Mouse through under. They wouldn't swing that door open. Looks like Dexter's wants it. Electronics in such a prime position to punish. Oh, and Boomich is there for the duel. He tries to bait them out. Electronics there for the trade. Dexter with a wall bank to try and keep him as honest as possible. So loud. Electronic does go down. And if Akor, is quick to the trigger, Bit's already gone. Simple, and that AWP may be the only one. Yes, he is. It's all on to the Mr. Sasha. Can he do any smashing? Bombs to be planted. Rops is clearing the site out. Simple's going ahead of it in order to find an early frag and confirms no one's home.
Oh, hold up a second. The bomb is just getting picked up now. Frozen may have taken a lot of space here. Dexter's going to bring it on over, and they're throwing utility down, but this is still Simple. I know this is a 1-on-4, but if they give him another chance to hit a shot, he could be on for this one.
Yeah, he's really desperately trying to contest ahead of the plant, right? Like, he needs to make this a 1v2. Prior to that bomb going down, it seems like they've managed to, just through virtue of...
dodge that one.
Smokes and flashes. Yeah, there's a slight gap around, hoping someone would give him the chance, but you can see mousesports, they've got a very tight grip. And they can win the half right here. It's only Simple separating them from an 8th. And already hitting good shots. Okay, he's always a threat, but 8-7. mousesports, our first look at their overpass. And I think they're a little above what we may have expected. We'll be right back after the break with your second half.
the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problem. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems.
This is like fire, never been higher than I've ever been. Like I'm not sober, it's taking me over. Again and again, I'm here till the end, and I won't let go. You're all that I have, baby, don't say no. Like I'm not sober, it's taking me over, 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 over. Couldn't be better, need to feel closer than you've ever been. Try to move slower, but I don't wanna. You drive me insane. I'm here till the end, and I won't let go. You're all that I have, baby, don't say no. Like I'm not sober, it's taking me over, 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 over. This is all I need, it's easy. People tell me that we move too fast. They don't even know what we know. I feel like we could.
Well, we got a game and then a half in the same space of time it took Spirit and G2 to separate themselves. But we are here with your first day of DreamHack Masters Spring 2021. The group stage underway. I'm Machine, and he is Chad Sponge Birchill.
It's on my birth certificate and everything.
Yeah. Well, my birthday is a while away, but this does feel like a little bit of a gift, getting to see more fantastic Counter-Strike. Na'Vi did get humbled a little bit. mousesports T-side showing up in large capacity, and so has Simple as he continues to add more to the tally. That is 18, in case you weren't keeping track.
And a bit of a problem as well, because Rops was the only defender over towards this A-bomb side. Okay, hold up a second. That's just been leveled on out. It does not matter anymore, because there's still a long way for Na'Vi to gallivant through that lovely park and party area before getting towards the site. So now we've leveled out in a 4-on-4 with still a minute 20 left on the clock. This quiet rotation here from mousesports, gambling back on over towards A, and Acor even trying to claw back some territory of his own.
Dexter went for the smoke kit play. He's expecting to give a bit of Na'Vi space, but they are grouped up now in toilets, and they'll be undetected just for now. They're going loud about this. There is a chance these USPs can come online with a burst of frags, but I wasn't talking about Bits USP. He has done all the work required. Frozen looking for an ace clutch. I think that may be a little too much to ask of just the one man. 45 seconds, my son. Boomich plants on the Optimus position. Simple and Perfecto already in prime position to finish this one off, and that's why you put a P250 in his hands. He not only finds the first, he finds the last.
Yeah, that was a nice round there from Simple indeed, and I think you're right. Like, in terms of his kills, this is the thing with a guy like him. We're not talking about it every single round because we're expecting it at this point. In the other side, Rops was kept relatively quiet, right? It was more Frozen and BMS on that T side getting a lot done. I think the CT side is where we can really see a star like Rops come into his own. Does a bit of secondary AWPing for the boys as well over there at Mouse, so keep your eyes on that as the bounce back with the Force Spy is in play. Acor's been gifted a Scout, Deagle's CZ75 for Dexter, and some smokes to work with here, so chance to make things dicey.
I just have to not comment every time we cut to Bit. I just saw him shuffle his chair further closer to the monitor. Like he was like, wait, no, I'm not close enough, hang on.
Doesn't it get blurry at some point?
I don't know.
I've been really trying.
But his peripheral vision, like you just...
That's why they're actively looking at the radar.
That's why they're always wiggling their eyes in like concentric circles.
Yeah. It's
like a Venn diagram
but
constantly.
It's crazy, right? Like, and I get it, because the closer you are to your screen, your focus level, you're not going to miss when that black smudge comes out, are you?
Yeah, but that's when you're holding, like, you know, one of those lines. It's not always got to be like that.
Oh.
It does for a bit, and of course, who am I to judge? Rops is boosted up, and he's trying to stay hidden because he knows that barrel will be visible to anyone under the wall. That's what he was waiting for. Perfect timing as the flash comes in. Boomich's attention drawn elsewhere as is Simple's. Electronics there to partner up.
Oh, they're in hot water now.
Yeah, they are. The rifles are coming in, and it's in good hands as well. Nice work from Dexter just on that mobile CZ. He keeps him honest. Electronic is gone, but Simple is in towards jail. Perfecto relieves the pressure of Short. And well, the rest, I'm afraid, kind of hinges on Acor's scout. If he finds one, Perfecto plans to smoke him out. Won't be able to contest that plant. Yeah, Acor. Oh, a miss from Simple. But with the bomb now down, this is one of those horrible rounds where no words are exchanged. You both just kind of cross your fingers and silently hope Na'Vi misstep.
They're going to have to give them a kill here, really. Acor. Yeah. Scope's going to be heard still.
Anyone want to throw the round? Anyone?
You don't want to peek and give us a chance to win this force buy? Are you sure?
You're deliberately making this difficult for us? How dare you?
Well, they've looked on in. They found absolutely nothing.
Hey, that'll do. That's Simple gone. The AK to be recovered by Perfecto.
Nice
It'll
shot.
only be Perfecto. They do keep him relatively honest.
Perfecto's at A.
And he can't grab it?
He's going to be way too far away.
Way too far.
Frozen's actually much closer in this situation. He's not going to get his hands on it either, but all in all, a lot of damage done there from Mouse. Unfortunate that it's on the CT side. We shouldn't be seeing a force buy here. It would be very risky. Risky is probably the best word to use for that one, to go for a force buy in this scenario.
So close to converting off the back of Rops' opener as well. Knocking the first down, it was saved just about. By finding that second frag onto Short. Perfecto just stopping Dexter from finding any more impact. Had he found another, had the rotate come in, God knows. But it is just going to be a couple of Kevlar vests and some pistols. The MAC-10s from Na'Vi, indicative of a quick round, especially considering their positioning. Here we go.
This is going to get messy.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Okay, I was a bit early. Frozen and Rops going to live on for a second longer. Rops, the last man standing, now ready to contest with his slightly enhanced Desert Eagle.
You see that? See that little nod up? Watch him. Just don't even worry about his crosshair. Just look at his face.
Oh yeah, let's see when he checks his minimap and he has to look like 90 degrees up.
This kid uses native as well, right? So Rops is playing it as it's meant to be played. There it is. See the glance up?
Yeah.
Do you remember? So a lot of people won't, right? We'll give you a little Rops history lesson. Rops joined mousesports many years ago now. It's when I transitioned from playing into being an analyst, right? And that's when I first remember him coming onto the scene. And I would just I called it like Rops Cam at the time, because I got to sit in the Go TV and just watch this kid who came through FPL, right? And people thought he was cheating. I think he went to that Faceit office to play there.
That was sick.
Because they were like, why is he always looking to the top left of his screen, right? What's he looking at? Well, turns out he's just looking at his radar, you know? And ever since, I think, you know, people have really been able to see what a kid like Rops can bring. It's also ushered in that whole new era. Like, we could just sit here and list name after name after name. We've gone through a similar
you know,
blueprint.
it would be a fair summation, or at least a quick way to communicate quite an elaborate point by saying the Rops, you know, the Rops era of prodigies and how he was one of the first to be kind of fully embraced, you know. In the same way that when CSGO was first released, everyone's like, who are these weird Fnatic Swedes? These are no-name Swedes. And then they went and did it at LAN. Same kind of situation, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's now the most tenured member of this roster, like, life comes at you quick.
Yeah, lots happened in a short space of time, right? I think that's something that, in the scheme of Counter-Strike and how quick things are evolving, the amount of tournaments we have on, the teams, the this, the that, and the other, people don't really understand how far we've come in such a short period of time. It's actually unreal to think about not just the growth of the people watching, but the growth of the people playing, the game itself, the way that the game's played. It's such a crazy speed.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, let's not forget, I think it was Yanko. I was watching his double scope piece where he was watching back FaZe versus Cloud9, Boston Finals.
Jesus, that's going back a long time.
Yeah, and he was just like, watching the Counter-Strike, like just the straight up just denial of info, battle, you know, your typical Inferno. Like the banana control util just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think in the grand final of a major, not too long ago.
Recent history, recent memory. The North Americans are holding on to it, let me tell you that much.
Yeah, it's got to have something.
All right, guns are out. Let's see. What do you got, Mouse?
I love this. Frozen's actually pushed way past what's normally considered acceptable, and it's enabled a frag. Simple's gone right out of the gates.
Oh, Bit's got a lot of work here. Acor locked in.
Nice tag. That'll be enough to deter. He might even have a dunk here.
Cop that one.
Bang! And Bit is gone. Perfection from Acor. The rest is simple, isn't it? Flawless with the flash. Traded by Boomich, trying to pull a 2v4 out of the hat. Equipping Perfecto and retreating. Makes a lot of sense. They're going to look to see if they can catch any of those early CT pushes. They've got a full 60 seconds just to dig their heels in.
All three of those fights were perfect for Mouse, right? You look at how they isolated each of those duels. Obviously, Acor with the leg into the nade, that one there. Couldn't script it and still up aggressive. Look at this. Frozen's looking for more. He might be able to take down Boomich with just a bit of a stiff breeze. Lots of nades left, though, for these two to work with. Not much time. 40 seconds on the clock now, and maybe they just want to grab another AK and save. I know that sounds a bit flat, but it is the right call in a 2-on-4.
May not be up to Boomich if he keeps it.
He needs to keep his sound cues very quiet. Don't want to spur Frozen forward. One of the deals right now for mousesports, though, is they want to keep the lion's share of their forces alive. Giving away a rifle, losing some Kevlar, having to reinvest. You know, maybe we're talking about 2 Famises instead of what might be just 1, or somebody might be able to drop a rifle across to Dexter in the next. Then we start talking about problems. So important to keep everybody alive. Both teams happy just to lay their weapons down and call this one done and dusted for round number 19. Scoreline now 10-9 in favor of Na'Vi still, but only just as we take a look at the cash and the bank balance for Na'Vi here. Electronic could drop Simple and AWP. You know, we can get the guns across. There can be an AK drop for Bit. Everything can work on out. Or Simple could even go glass cannon on his lonesome. It will be the AK-47. So 5 rifles here for Na'Vi up against the buy of Mouse. Dex has been able to get himself an M4A4. Kits are plenty, utility good, and we get back underway for what could shape up to be a very important round here. If mousesports lose this, their CT economy could spiral.
Yeah, CT aggression from Acor and Frozen. It worked before. Will it work again? Fires off the warning shot. Wants to force out the util, and there it goes. Good catch from the Obs team. Immediately, actually deploying a smoke on the lost door. So this reeks of a B finish.
Just doing their best to avoid these bullets and early damage. Now Dexter's actually the one to cop a big chunk down to 34 through the boards. Unconfirmed damage there. So Na'Vi won't know what they're working with. But this is slow scenes. There's no real initiator across the map, considering that Simple's passive over towards the backyard area. Hold up, that was on the jiggle.
Yeah, you really have to be very quick to punish something like that. Perfecto going down on a very tiniest fraction jiggle peak. Yeah, thank you very much. Damn. Straight to the head as well. It might have had to be with something as thick as that. And looks like mousesports have built upon the early advantage. Another body's dropped. Electronic of all. Boomich trying to deploy some utility that would indicate a commitment here. Acor's actually been forced off the site, and Bit has taken it. Frozen so pushed up. They're going back around. Frozen, though, he has got a prime position if Simple brings the bomb this way.
Dearie me.
He hears Boomich. And he can punish. Will he consider it? Simple's going through the underpass now, and Bit's got so much space. He may be able to find a surprise frag onto Acor. 14 seconds. Frozen goes down. Simple,
get it down.
Great read. He's got just enough time to get this one down. A 2 versus 5 with 1 second to spare. Good grief, they might be doing it. Bit's pushed up bank. He's been here a long time. Slight nade damage, but it's this frag from Rops that's required. Oh, nice from Bit. Loses a lot of his health, though. He may fall to Simple. Bit needs a headshot. He needs it on the first bullet. Bemis is making no secret of his advance. Dexter's back is turned, and now all onto Simple. Nice save. Dexter, quick to react, and converts off the early damage from Frozen.
I thought Dexter was dead to rights there. He didn't look like he was considering that truck position whatsoever. Had time to readjust, and wow, that is going to be the round. Stolen back away from mousesports. It felt like Na'Vi had done a good enough job there just with that timing of Bit. And that was facilitated because of that Acor frag, actually, because he was watching that angle, gets the kill. He goes all the way back through long. Bit goes into the site, gets that frag, and it was very, very close. So Na'Vi almost making something out of nothing. And that plant, that means we can see another buy out of Na'Vi. It's not going to be a great purchase, but it's going to be a buy. And 4 Galils.
That would have been a soul crusher as well. Like, the mousesports fizzle out into a kind of a depressed best-of-1 loss. Should that have been conceded? A 2v4, 2 versus 5. You just cannot stomach one of them in such a highly volatile best-of-1 series.
Very true. And the money situation, it would have been in the bin.
Yeah. So, you know, winning that round, it was a necessity in order to maintain the competitive nature of our opening game here.
Almost looked like a bit of a gear shift there, but that Monster Spike has dispelled Boomich and Electronic for now. They'll wait out that 18 seconds. Simple lining up a flash to be ready and raring to go, but with the bomb on Simple's back, this is looking more like a B finish, or at least a B look in here through Monster to find a pick. So creeping in, the smoke is faded. Flash is good, BMAS on notice.
Nice find. Full HP as well after finding the first head. Electronic responds in kind, but Beamer's just dancing around this pillar, and no commitment from Na'Vi. Nor commitment from the rotate. Neither Acorn nor Frozen completely out of position. Dexter's getting info and bullets into his head. They parked Simple.
Bad death, really.
Yeah, nice punish from Bemis. Just pulls mousesports straight back into contention for this round, and Bemis actually going to be flying solo.
Pants down in the open. You've been spotted.
Yeah, when they see your barrel, you're a dead man walking. Unless Acorn threw a flash. Doesn't have one. Frozen, he's got nothing really to say or do about this one. Acorn, in the meantime, did find the left side prong. He knows where that bomb's going down and can anticipate where Bit wants to support from. Can they turn this 2v2? Advantage Na'Vi. Kit present, as is a smoke. Bemis planning to push out just in perfect unison. Draw is now fire, can't contribute. And Acor, he made the sound. He has made the frag.
He's quick.
Yeah, he has to be quick now. On towards the bomb spot, but Perfecto defends. And that will be Na'Vi's 11th. They do break their silence. It was the only 2 we've seen out of mousesports CT's side, but now back into Na'Vi's playbook.
And they've broken the bank right there, so mousesports not being able to stabilize. The last round was close. This one falling in the favor of Na'Vi means that Acor has enough for the buy, but the rest of his teammates will need to be looking at maybe just a light pistol upgrade here. This is Electronic coming in, and that's a massive fight to win. Onto Rops, on the rotated through the heaven position.
Perhaps we can take a moment as well to outline why Dexter's death, you outlined it as a bad death.
Yeah, because there was still a lot of time in the round. It felt like it was desperate. It didn't feel necessary at that moment because you were already pointing out that the rotation hadn't happened across the map. It's not like they were in the middle of gamble stacking. Sure, they didn't know where it was going to end, but they still found themselves in an even position with plenty of time on that clock. And knowing Na'Vi, they're not quick to do anything.
VP FaZe Clan on the B stream now as we finally got the first one concluded, and this one bodes very well for, I imagine, more FaZe Clan heroics. Virtus Pro, though, up to an early lead. Looks like it's going to be 6-3. We're getting back into the action here on the mainstream, though. Na'Vi Mouse. And yeah, as Chad had already highlighted, broken now. It's going to put Na'Vi within touching distance of 16.
If I'm going to give you guys the bright side, at least it's just one, right? It could have been needing the force buy into the eco. Right here, it's just pistol upgrade, and then we're going to see the guns come out next. But anything they can do right now to keep Na'Vi honest, even saving an AK-47 for the likes of Rops, wouldn't be too bad whatsoever. But this has been a closely fought affair, and once again, we'll remind you, all those newer viewers who might just be tuning on in mousesports, this is their permaban. It's a best-of-1 environment right here. They've let this one come on through, what would be intentionally. Na'Vi unable to do any prep whatsoever for a map like this, and well, Bit being in the starting roster means that there are a lot of questions to be answered here. Now, Electronic coming on through. Should be able to find this first. The bullets of BMAS, they fire first, but they're not on target. Electronic walks away with his life, and another pick through that monster. He'll slither away. Regroup with the squad, who are all leaning right now over towards this A area. Fountain Party. It's all populated in this moment. But they're sucking on back towards the B. Simple's AWP shot will let them know that, well, the big man is around the corner, and damage done to Dexter. This is going to be, should be a Na'Vi round now, just whittling away at the remaining forces.
You done any whittling in your time?
Whittling?
Yeah, you know, like got a wooden block out and whittled a cheeky spoon?
No, but I think it was in primary school. So for me, I think it would have been like year 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. We had a project where we had to do, what are the things called where you make them?
Products?
You can't read my mind?
No.
Come on, mate. You're not
the
reading.
Things,
no, okay.
The thing
so
that you make
we
things.
had to make a model,
yes.
right? We were doing, it was in social studies, and
okay.
we were doing about Egypt.
Yes.
and I used balsa wood. When I say I did, my dad did. He just built this whole like Egyptian kind of like city type of thing out of wood for me, and I'm pretty sure I would have got a more than a pass mark on that one.
I'd imagine so.
Old Paul Birchall getting it done.
Paul Birchall submitting his year 8 homework.
Yeah, not to be confused with the wrestler.
No, he's
my dad is not a pirate.
The football player.
The plumber.
The plumber.
Yeah. I don't think he played football a long time ago.
Back in the day.
Big ginger man. All right, well.
Round 23.
Yeah, let's end the therapy session right there, shall we?
Start things off with another potential aggressive maneuver. Now, Acor's no longer being dispatched with Frozen, but Rops has. So we'll see if that's going to be any early friction. Some nades towards the playground cross look juicy, but they're just delayed by their own util. No damage dealt just yet. Early advance from Perfecto and Boomich, partnering up to pressure towards middle.
Oh, that's very early molly right there. Dexter's going to clear, but nobody's taken that space just yet. So sure, they have that sewer control under their remit right now, but once again, Na'Vi, they're never in a rush. This is a hugely important round. Mouse have to win this one. Frozen's going to get isolated very shortly. They're going to be playing around this smoke, hoping to use the shadow advantage. You can see just there the sun somehow coming through the smoke. I think Reddit would say that's unplayable, Alex.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
It's down to timing.
Oh, it does land the dink, and this could be the finish. Great work from Frozen, but he's lost another teammate in the process. And so, as the dust settles and the bodies are dropped, we are left with a 3 versus 3 emerging with a long lean from Na'Vi. Frozen's going to have a lot of information given his position. He knows they haven't gone back through the underpass position. If Dexter can just...
Dexter.
Okay, he's actually going to smoke Monster Tunnel in order to...
Oh, it's bad info.
No, what? He's
It's bad
rotated
info.
off it.
They thought it was the A-suck.
And this does suck now. Oh, Frozen's got nothing to report. The flashes are heard and they realize their mistake. This, considering the state of affairs and what's at stake here, Chad,
It might have to be a save call. And Frozen has to find one now.
Oh, they planted safe bankside. X-Ray baited me. Simple does have info and a frag. Nice dink. Fair play. Long range with the M4, but hope's starting to fade now for Dexter and Bemis. He'd have to have another hero moment. And yeah, he's been found by Electronic. Such a crucial round, and just to be determined exclusively from a misread.
Oh, did they catch his head? I think maybe not. Bits clearing here, there, and everywhere. We'll find himself an M4 for his troubles. But yeah, just that information from Frozen, right? They read that as it was back towards the B bomb site. Unfortunately, the wrong call, and that is going to be the 13th round. mousesports find themselves with the 2,900 loss bonus coming into what will be round number 24, which means probably partial investments for Bemis, Frozen, Rops, and Acol while Dexter saves onto that M4. Yeah, this should be 14 for Na'Vi unless somebody can step up with a multi-kill magic moment. Rops couldn't get anything done there. That was so unfortunate with the peak. He gets the dink with the M4, but the wrong angle for the close player.
Takes the time to double scope it.
He's up to 27 kills right now is Simple.
He's having a simple game. Immediately lose that door. That's going to slow Perfecto and his walk up. At least one would assume. That's where they've put the M4, so Dexter's going to be very proactive.
Just quickly, while we have a little bit of a lull, Rops has been kept very quiet. I think 1 kill in this second half, right? And he's the superstar that consistently needs to be there for Mouse if you're ever going to consider them to get some wins against the big boys. This might be his moment to step up with the Deagle. We know he loves the bullets to the belly.
That's a start. That's a great start. And a weapon now to be retrieved. He's trying to gear up Rops. And that temptation could be his destination. Okay, Frozen taking the head off a bit. Now they're into a competitive one. 2 rifles have fallen into the CT hands. If Rops can just get that retrieval complete. Dexter's on a fast flank as well. Simple's not exposed. He's tucked himself in, but will be re-peeking in. And Dexter sitting duck. Tagged up, smoked off. A chance for Rops, though, with the recovered M4. The damage is too much. Boomich catches him. And the hopes for mousesports start to fade. Frozen's gone. Dexter's low, last spotted by Simple. And I imagine his death, foregone conclusion. He's just going to try and evade the radius at this point.
It's so frustrating to know that Na'Vi can just have electronic, aggressive monster like that, so comfortable to be on their side of monster and to flash and peek. Now, I know this was just pistols, but he's been doing it against rifles. That round where he swung on out and he killed Rops at Heaven, that's another example. If you cannot stop that, they're just going to aim map you every day of the week through that position. Think about Gambit, right? When we watch them play this map, what do they keep smoked? The entire round. It's Monster, right? Yeah. There's at least 4 smokes thrown, and I'm saying at least, like 4 smokes are thrown at Monster within a round here to help Inters and Hobbit on this B bomb site. So it's quite the contrast of what we're seeing, right? I think from Na'Vi on their CT side, they were having a hard time once those A hits started to come in. It was A, but now mousesports, well, over towards this B side, not looking super strong right here, right now. 14 to 10. 2 more for Na'Vi to pick this one up.
Acor with a spot of aggression, a nice catch. Boomich going down. A little extended from the pack. Frozen contributes another as well. Damn, Na'Vi cut off at the knees. Just to start. Oh, and even Beamer's completely blind. Okay, well, mousesports, they will convert. A spotless round. I mean, if we'd have started this off, if 40 seconds ago I said, what do mousesports need? I think a clean CT round might have come out of your mouth.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they're not dropping too many guns to Simple right here, right now. They need to keep and protect this CT side of bank if they're interested in having a comeback whatsoever. Still a decent amount of money left over for Na'Vi here, and Simple will be able to reinvest into an AWP next round, but staying alive, those funds could be used elsewhere. Boomich and Perfecto both sitting on the side of the road. They could use a gun.
Simple's got a big smile on his face. Someone's making him laugh. There's something that we may not get to see too much of, but something to keep in mind.
Simple smiling, or?
Yeah, Simple smiling, but also just his sheer ability to visualize where the fights are going to come from.
Well, he needs to be ready for all of these because they are actually trying to hunt him on down here.
Yeah, he's already considered the potential. He's already got this wrist flick ready, and...
Oh, he's baiting him in.
Well, this time. Not this time.
What? Okay, well, people at home can go and watch that little exchange there, but Simple was waiting. He typed ZZZ. I think he wanted them to push. Yeah. He just had typed it, and Robs comes up the ladder. So a bit of an awkward exchange right there. Oh, but all in all, this is how it started.
How to finish a round in the opening 10. Europa catching a crazy fight. Like, you think Boom just slipped the net at that point, don't you?
Yeah, well.
Hello? Just jumps onto him.
And no double AWPs as a preference here for Mouse, right? They could have picked up a second AWP there if they wanted.
True, we saw that drop for the M4. Rops really would rather. I guess there's an indication that their CT side has been rejigged. You know, he'd have taken that second AWP to short any day of the week. Acor's here. And there goes Bit. Another opening frag for Mouse. Precisely what the doctor ordered. And they can now set themselves up in a more of a resistant defense. Enable more potential for those trades off of one another, tucked into the toilet. Simple going hunting. Having a quick peruse if anyone wants to give him an equalizing frag. This is his chance.
So
and Acor does tag. Potential to be finished off here as the equalizing frag has been provided. Simple in Overwatch, and oh, a chance into the back of Boomich, but there's Frozen with the double. Simple couldn't quite find it in time, had to adjust. And now mousesports in very good stead for a 12th here. If they don't find Frozen and immediately build upon it, they've got 40 seconds now to turn a 2v4 into an RV round. Bombs on the back of Electronic, heading long. Perfecto to go hunting. Keeps Rops on notice.
Yeah, at least Bomb wasn't spotted there on Perfecto's back, so...
Essentially a 2v2 on A for now.
Yeah, and time is the problem here. So as they go through long, 20 seconds to defend his Dexter, AK from the Optimus position.
He can't lose this duel. He cannot afford to not hit that head, and now he's been forced off the angle. Could get awkward if Frops doesn't tame the spray. And that's enough. mousesports will take it. 12 put on the board. And another CT round strung together.
Yeah, bouncing back off each other there nicely. And now Na'Vi, they are the ones who have the economy in question here. On the high end, we're looking at 3.6 for Electronic. On the low end, we're looking at 2K for the likes of Perfecto and Boomich. So a buy, definitely not in the realms of possibility. Loss bonus has started to build now, so we're looking at 2,400 in the next round. But this is great from Frozen here. 22 kills for him, leading the charge, leading the pack. Alongside him, BMS with 19. I've been liking the CT side of AWPing from Acor on a map like this. Has been looking very, very good, finding opening kills and presence. 15 kills for him. And Rops has now started to come alive, 12 frags. Still Dexter quiet on 9. But all in all, things are looking good for Mouse as we do go into a technical timeout. We've got a funkier soundtrack. DreamHack always putting out the...
It's been a while since I've done a Masters. I can't...
Yeah, well, I don't think we didn't do them last year because what happened was the whole vid happened. We got stuck here, and then we did like 3 months, and then we were like, we probably don't want to go do a 4th month.
I remember.
I think that's what happened.
I remember.
And then I don't know what happened later in the year. It's all foggy now.
Yeah, but Masters has taken me around the world, you know. I've got to see a lot of Sweden. Got to see Marseille, France.
Yes, that was an interesting one, wasn't it? Because that is a part of the world I didn't even, as my ignorant Australian brain, didn't know existed.
Yeah.
I knew that, guys, I know that France is a place. I just didn't know that it looked so nice.
It was just Paris and baguettes for you until that point.
Yeah, and well, there's a lot of old people there as well.
There is.
It felt like it was
south
a retirement
of France
village.
It is the Florida of France.
Okay, no alligators there.
No.
Didn't see any of those. But as you guys saw, we do have the B stream going on as well. FaZe versus VP, that's a big one. I think FaZe are boot camping if you guys have missed it. So it's time for them to start getting things going. Carrigan, Robin, Twists, they're all... Robin's not a newer name, but he's back in that coaching chair. Might want to check that one out. But let's keep our eyes focused here as Na'Vi will be taking this save situation. Going to be a deagle, a couple flashes for the likes of Electronic. And once upon a time, this was a go-to strategy. Give Simple and Electronic deagles and let them win the round for you. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Did they not... Did Boomich hear them? Did they hear... They definitely heard Boomich.
They did, but now they're kind of confused because it sounds like he was on his own. And yeah, there's more to come. There they are. Perfecto, don't know if he's been spotted out yet by Rops. There it is.
Lots of unknowns here. Should be easy to clean on up, though. Oh, they're just pestering right now. Just like flies bobbing around your head here. They're not going to get a lot done. They're just annoying. As Simple melts away, the bomb will get dropped.
Have you ever encountered where you're asleep and you know there's a mosquito in the room just because it will occasionally fly past your ear and you just get a momentary...
Yeah, we live in Malta.
Yeah. Just like, it's a whole new kind of sleep deprivation strategy where it's just, you're being bullied by a creature the size of like a fingernail trimming.
We could order mosquito nets.
But I'd feel like a bit of a twat.
Well, we don't have to...
Just climbing into my net every night. It's not like I'm not in the jungle. I'm in a home.
Yeah, but the welts are pretty big over there. They're nuclear mozzies. That one burnt old Simple down there. But we are getting to the crunch end right now of this best of one establishing match. Winner goes on to the upper bracket. Loser, well, down to the loser. How fitting that is as the guns are back out. Couple of Galils, no AWP for Simple here, and Rops on the jump peak. Smoke going to make this a little bit more difficult to keep that jump up. Might be able to catch him over the cast.
Yeah, this is the fight. Okay, spots them, and Dexter should have at least one. Make it 2. Another early disadvantage for Na'Vi. They're going to have to stomach. Mouse have snatched the double. 1 maybe, but this just seems insurmountable. Again, with these early disadvantages, Na'Vi are going to be equalized upon unless Boomich takes it upon himself to respond in kind. He's up short, very loud about it. Looks like Simple will take the mantle from him.
This is huge from mousesports here. Chip damage there with the nade. Both Boomich and Simple now in headshot range for those M4s. And Frozen has been an absolute nuisance over towards Fountain. Late information has unraveled Na'Vi a few times here and might be onto something with Bit. He's sweeping through, and the timing on this is the clamp. We've got 3 players on the B site. We still have A-Core just defensively holding A, so in case anybody got past Frozen, and Frozen's now ready just to lock the door.
As soon as Boomich releases that smoke, Frozen will take the Q. Like, if Heaven gets smoked, he's going to start his crawl. Until then, they bide their time. 30 seconds. This is going to be it from Simple. He's on for the hunt. Beamus to be tested. Dexter as well.
Heaven's smoke missed.
Is released. It is missed. There's more space for them to work their magic. Boomich, Simple. Completely locked out. No map control at 18 seconds. And here comes Frozen just to make sure.
Save.
No saves to be made. Sent back to the Stone Age. And that's lovely stuff. The CT economy swelling now as they string together 4 consecutive rounds.
Oh, dearie me. If you're Na'Vi, take a timeout. That's the second right there of this game called. And let's explain the ramifications of this one. The scoreline is 14-14. This is a best of one. The $2,900 loss bonus coming through and no saved guns means you have a couple of options. You can go all in right here, right now. Push all those chips into the middle of the table and fully invest. If you lose, you're only going to get 3,400 next round, which is not enough for the AKs, not enough for the AWPs. But
it's 2 poopy buys or 1 good buy for OT.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You're playing for OT essentially if you don't want to buy in a round like this. I don't know, maybe even another pause off the back of this just to really talk options through, but they're happy to just go for this partial investment. Deagles, light utility, haven't dropped an AK across, right? They haven't gone for that kind of aggressive maneuver to give one of their stars the AK-47. Simple is hitting some shots, 28 kills for him, but maybe they think the AWP is the difference maker. How much can they make mousesports hurt in a round like this? They've been able to establish now that it's 4 rounds in a row, a bank balance that is swelling to close out this game, and mousesports might upset Na'Vi here today.
It's certainly set up for it. All they have to do is not fall to the Deagle. Step 1 seems to be successful. Frozen, though, has lost himself the life and control of that AK. Why buy one when you can take one? And it's gone straight into the hands of Simple. Bomb yet to be retrieved, but already postured towards that fountain position. They've taken toilets, it's theirs. Rops does choose to once again aggress. He has the support of Acor.
It's a 2-2 split right now. Keep your eyes on that one flash in the hands of Beer. It's either going to come down to dry peeks and massive headshots or a flash to set his teammates up. Simple's threatening now.
Oh, this is for everything. This is for all the marbles. If Na'Vi can truly make this one hurt. Oh no! Acor dead on the one! Rops to save the day, but he's only pulled one out of the bag. mousesports are in trouble. Perfecto's already taken Optimus as well. Spots Bit, knows there's 2 that side, he knows where they all are. Can't control it. mousesports, an absolute disaster. Courtesy of Simple and his dastardly Desert Eagle. No way, Bemis has got nothing. A smoke, 3 to find. Perfecto's having all the fun in the world with his A and his D keys. It's a flash and a go. It's all he can do. Electronic over the smoke as well, a bit of a one-way found. Just to secure survival of this round. Nice find, but there it is. Na'Vi snatcher 15th. Out of just Desert Eagles and nades.
Absolute disaster. Simple walks away with an AWP picked up off the ground. They grab themselves an AK-47, and look, there is enough money for mousesports to go for this buy. Again, sure, we've already highlighted that, but mousesports were in the position to close this game first.
Jesus, Acor feels so safe. He's jump peeking against Deagles. He's in a slither gap of the shelf.
The thing that really must bother them the most is Frozen's been having a great game. I've spoken about how important his information on the CT side has been, and then giving away that kill right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the undoing. The 4v4.
Now
He can make up for it, though.
Yeah, but mousesports just have to play more Counter-Strike. It's the one thing they didn't need today, Chad.
They wanted a bit of a break, didn't
Today
they?
was supposed to be the one best of one.
Hey guys, we only have potentially 4 maps today.
60 rounds of one Overpass game coming up. Hot and steamy. Unless Electronic closes it out right now with a quick double, just like that, straight into B.
Oh no.
mousesports dissolve. And the Hope does too. Acor and Frozen remain. The ramifications of that Deagle death echoing through the final result here. Acor's opened the door. He's just begging them to give him a chance. Anyone? Anybody want to just give this round away? No, you don't? You want to win? I guess that makes sense. Fine. He's gone, and Frozen, yes, the hero of many a CT round, unfortunately now is the last to fall, and Na'Vi.
There's no time. We're getting excited, but there's no time.
Take it, 16-14, right down to the wire. No OT required. But a sensational comeback, and it is Sasha the Smasher